Guys, I'm Basic RS and I'm going to be showing you how to do the Rogue's Den minigame and achieve that Rogue's gear that gives you a 100% chance added up to get double loot from pickpocketing around Gillinor. Now to get to this minigame, you have to go to the Rogue's Den at first, which is located under the pub in Berthorpe. So just take your games necklace, teleport here, and then run here to this trapdoor. In order to start the minigame, you want to make sure you have nothing equipped or in your inventory. And make sure that you have at least 50 agility and 50 thieving. Speak to Brian or Richard and ask him to start the maze. If you have never spoken to this NPC before, you may have other options. Just go through the dialogue until you are able to start the maze. It's important to note that each time you go through an agility obstacle, your agility is dropped. Your agility doesn't really matter here though. The ending whether or not you get a reward will be based on your thieving level. And each time you disarm a trap, your thieving level is dropped by 1. And so obviously we want to make sure that we do that as little as possible. So what I'm going to teach you how to do is not only do this the most efficient way that I know, or the fastest route that I know, and I'll credit the video that I learned the route from, but the most efficient way to do that with the least amount of disarms. It's important to know that you're able to skip traps by simply running past them. If they're right in front of you, you can just run past them or walk past them. Or you'll want to run though, because running you can actually go up to 3. Right here we have 4 traps ahead of me. Here, and here. You cannot run all the way across here. You'll get caught on the last one. You are able to run past 3 at once though. If there was only 3 and then this was empty, I could just run straight across. But instead I'm going to have to navigate to this square right here and then run 1, 2, and over. So since you can skip up to 3 while you're running 3 in a row. Now that that's out of the way, we can continue. You want to continue to these contortion bars. All agility obstacles are automatic and you just pretty much run past them. Here, make sure you're on these steps and run to the edge. You can click right in front of this door and your character will just run straight by those traps. There's a wall right here. There's only one of them, but you can just click past them to this empty square into the next room. This is just one. This is the room that I used for the diagram in the example. And we want to get to this square right here because there's 4 right here. And we could just search this and then run past, but then we would lose an agility a thieving level, and we don't want that. So what you want to do is go diagonally this way. This square, you could probably just run to that one. Run over that one and then click here. Once you're here, you can run to the end of this hall. There's 2 traps here, but since there's a gap in between them, it doesn't matter. You can just run past them. Normally, if there's 2 or 3 traps in your way, you want to make sure that they are directly in front of you before you run past them, but since there was a gap in between 2 there, it doesn't matter. Now, for the next part here to the north, you want to click on the square of the saw right in front of your character, and your character will just jump past it. From here, go north and past the pendulums. Now, when you get to this hallway, you will notice that there are 4 traps in front of you. We can't clear all 4 of those, so this is where we have to disarm the first trap. The very first one, you want to search. Make sure you click on the first one, because it is easy to click on the second one on accident, and the game is not forgiving at all. So make sure that you disarm the first one. And then since there's 1, 2, 3 ahead of us, we can just click past it and skip all 3 of those. And then after you've done that, head to the northwest over here. Jump over this and get north. Head to the east and until you get to this intersection, and here is a special case, I believe, because there you see there's a wall spike there, there, but they're actually not adjacent to one another. They have a space in between them where you would be able to stand. So what I do is I get into this corner, just click on the corner from there, and then since there's a space in between all of them, it doesn't matter if you do them one at a time or not. You can just click in front of that door and your character runs to it. Now be careful here with the spinning blades. I think it's pretty difficult to get caught by them, but better safe than sorry. Hug that wall there and make your way to these ledges, staying as far as you can away. Now you'll notice that the game is gonna load in the next bit of the map as soon as I get to this square right here, and so don't try to search this right away. You're gonna have to wait a couple seconds or it's gonna drop your input. See how I did that? Make sure you see your character do the animation of searching that first one before you continue. Once you're here, you see there's 3 walls in front of you. You can run past them. You can just click on the end of the room and your character will just skip the entire thing. Once you get to this room, pick up the southernmost tile. Click on the door, and then click on the tile in the display. Once you get to this room, follow the doors that I opened. That's the south, east, north, east, south, east, all the way south, west, north, west, south. That's going to take a couple times to learn, but after a couple times of doing that, it's not that hard to memorize. Now there's nothing until you get to this next area. You get to this where there's blood. You should get on the where this corner is, right before the first wall, right here. You have to be standing right here. Since there's 3 walls in front of you, you should be able to just run past them. Very important that you're in that specific square right before them and they're right in front of you. And you open the grill and it's the same concept. There's 3 right in front of you. Run past them. Same concept, right in front of you, run past them. And then there's only one floor search here, so you want to run into the next room. You can actually disregard that completely and just run into the next room from that map. Now here you can go one by one skipping, or you can go in the middle. Might be able to skip all of them at once, but I'm not going to do that. But since there's gaps in between these, you can just skip them pretty much. Just click in the middle and click past the rest of them. And this is the exact same thing here. You're going to notice when I get past the middle section here and start to go around here, it's actually going to load the next area. It's not going to drop your inputs at that point. You should be fine to continue. So you click in the middle here, and then as soon as I click over here, it's going to load that area right there. And you run over here, and you want to make sure that this rogue guard is not close to you when you go pick up this flash powder, the south one. If he's walking this way, you want to do this fast, but do not stand here for too long, because my friend was standing here for too long and the rogue walked all the way over here and saw him. Right click flash powder to rogue guard, and when you left click, and as soon as your character does the animation of throwing it, click over here, because you do not have a large window of doing that. Once you're right here, simply clear these two pendulums. There's no traps here, and you can just crack the wall safe to see if you get a reward. I got the gloves. Well guys, that's the easiest way of doing the Rogue's Den minigame to get the rogue set. I wish everyone the best of luck. Thanks for watching.